Washna. Karazam. Mokra.
Before I tell you what happened in those caves beneath Kandahar, I need you to do something for me. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from and what time it is. Hit that like button if you believe some things should stay buried. And subscribe if you want to hear the rest of this story, because what I'm about to tell you will make you question everything you think you know about what's really out there. Now, let me take you back to June 2011, when 8 Army Rangers went into the mountains of Afghanistan, and only one came back. I am Corporal Marcus Cole, the sole survivor of what the United States Army officially named the Kandahar Cave Incident. They were forced to keep the incident secret. They buried it and told the families that the cave had collapsed. But it wasn't a collapse. It was something very different. Something ancient, something that shouldn't exist, but does. We were Alpha Team, 2nd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment. 8 of us, the best soldiers America could produce. We'd done dozens of operations together in Afghanistan, IED sweeps, high-value target raids, reconnaissance missions. We were tight. We trusted each other with our lives. The mission brief came down on June 14, 2011. Taliban fighters had been using a cave complex in the mountains northeast of Kandahar as a weapons cache and staging area. Intelligence said there were maybe 15 to 20 insurgents holed up inside. Our job was simple: clear the caves, secure any weapons or intel, eliminate hostile forces. Standard mission. We'd done it 100 times before. Captain Morrison gave us the brief at 0600 hours. Showed us satellite imagery of the cave entrance. A massive opening in the mountainside, maybe 20 feet wide and 15 feet tall. Natural formation. The caves went deep, at least half a mile into the mountain based on ground-penetrating radar. Multiple chambers, multiple passages. A maze. Intel says the Taliban have been using these caves for at least 6 months, Morrison said. Local villagers won't go near the place. They're terrified of it. But that's probably just Taliban intimidation tactics. You go in, you clear it, you come home. Questions? Corporal Jake Davis raised his hand. Davis was our explosives guy. 24 years old, from Texas. Good soldier. Always asked the smart questions. Sir, why won't the locals go near the caves? What are they scared of? Morrison shrugged. Superstition. The villagers say the caves are cursed, that something lives down there, something older than the Taliban. But that's just folklore. Rural Afghans are very superstitious. Don't let it get in your head. But it did get in my head, because I'd learned something during my 3 tours in Afghanistan. When the locals are scared of something, there's usually a reason. Maybe not the reason they think, but a reason. We choppered out at 1400 hours. 4-hour flight into the mountains. The landscape below us was brutal. Brown rock, dust, no vegetation, no water, just endless desert mountains that looked like the surface of Mars. The pilot set us down 2 clicks from the cave entrance. Standard insertion. We'd hike the rest of the way in, stay off the Taliban's radar until we were right on top of them. It was 120 degrees. The sun was like a hammer. We were carrying 60 pounds of gear each. Rifles, ammunition, body armor, water, medical supplies, communications equipment. But we were Rangers, we could handle it. Sergeant First Class Mike Torres was our team leader. 32 years old, 3 tours, married with 2 kids back in Georgia. Best leader I ever served under. He gathered us up before we started the hike. Listen up, Torres said. Standard cave clearing procedures. Stay tight. Watch your corners. Watch your 6. The Taliban know we're coming eventually, so expect them to be ready. They might have IEDs at the entrance. They might have ambush positions inside. stay alert, stay alive, let's go. We moved out in tactical formation, Torres on point, then Corporal Davis with the breaching charges, then me, then Private First Class Jackson Chen, our medic, then Specialist Ryan Mitchell, our communications guy, then Corporal David Rodriguez, our heavy weapons specialist carrying the M249 SAW, then Private First Class Tyler Anderson, our youngest ranger at 21, and finally Staff Sergeant James Hayes bringing up the rear. 8 men. 8 brothers. We'd been through hell together in Afghanistan. Firefights, IED strikes, ambushes. We'd all survived because we trusted each other completely. The hike took 90 minutes. The terrain was rocky and steep, loose shale that slid under our boots. No cover, no concealment. If the Taliban had a lookout, they'd see us coming from a mile away. But we didn't get shot at. Didn't see any enemy movement, nothing. Just silence and heat and brown rock. The cave entrance appeared around a bend in the mountain, just like the satellite photos showed. A massive black opening in the cliff face, like a mouth or a wound, and standing right in front of it was an old Afghan man. He was maybe 70 years old, white beard, traditional clothing, weathered face. He was holding a walking stick and just standing there blocking the entrance, like he'd been waiting for us. Torres raised his hand. We halted 20 meters out. Torres approached the old man slowly, rifle lowered but ready. "Sir, you need to leave this area," Torres said in Pashto. He was fluent. "This is a military operation. It's not safe." The old man didn't move. He stared at Torres with these intense, dark eyes. Then he spoke in perfect English, barely an accent. "You cannot go in there," the old man said. "That cave is forbidden. It has been forbidden for 2,000 years. There is something inside that must not be disturbed." Torres glanced back at me. I shrugged, local superstition, just like Morrison said. "Sir, we appreciate your concern," Torres said. "But we have orders. There are Taliban fighters in those caves. We need to clear them out." The old man shook his head. "There are no Taliban in those caves. The Taliban know better. They tried to use the caves 6 months ago. 15 men went inside, 3 came back, and those 3 were not the same men who went in. The Taliban abandoned this place. They call it Jinn, the house of the Jinn. Jinn. I knew that word. Islamic mythology, beings made of smokeless fire, created by Allah before humans. Some were good, most were evil. They could shapeshift, possess people, grant wishes. But wishes from Jinn always came with a terrible price. "Sir, we don't believe in Jinn," Torres said, trying to be respectful. "But thank you for the warning. We'll be careful." The old man stepped closer. His eyes were desperate now, pleading. "You do not understand," he said. 2,000 years ago, during the time of Suleiman, King Solomon to you, a great Jinn was imprisoned in these caves, a Marid, the most powerful type of Jinn. It was sealed with verses from the holy texts, with iron and salt, with prayers that bound it to the earth. For 2,000 years it has been trapped here. But if the seal is broken, if someone opens the prison, the Jinn will be free, and it will kill anyone who remains in its domain. Davis laughed, couldn't help himself. "Sir, with all due respect, we're Army Rangers. We don't believe in magic genies." The old man looked at Davis, and for a second I saw something in his eyes. Pity, like he knew we were already dead and just didn't know it yet. "Then you will join the others who did not believe," the old man said quietly. "May Allah have mercy on your souls." He turned and walked away. Down the mountain. Didn't look back. Torres watched him go, then turned to us. All right, that was weird. But we have a mission. Davis, check the entrance for IEDs. Everyone else stay alert. Davis moved forward with his mine detector. Swept the entrance, the ground in front of it, the rocks around it. Nothing. No explosives, no tripwires, no traps. Clear, Sergeant, Davis called back. Torres nodded. Okay, night vision on. We're going in. Standard spacing. Watch your sectors. Move. We activated our NODS, night vision optics devices. The world turned green. We entered the cave. The temperature dropped immediately. Outside, it was 120 degrees. Inside, it was maybe 60. The difference was shocking. Cold air rolled out of the cave like breath. The entrance tunnel was wide, 20 feet across, 15 feet tall. Natural rock walls. The floor was dirt and loose rock. Our boots crunched on it. Too loud. In a firefight, the Taliban would hear us coming from 100 yards away. We moved slowly, methodically, checking every shadow, every corner, every crevice where someone could hide. The tunnel descended, down into the mountain. 30-degree angle. We walked for maybe 10 minutes, maybe 300 yards deep. The only sound was our breathing and our footsteps. Then the tunnel opened into a chamber, a massive chamber, maybe 100 feet across, 60 feet tall. And it wasn't natural, it was carved. Ancient stone columns held up the ceiling. The walls were smooth, cut from the rock with tools. There were symbols carved into the walls. Arabic script, but old, really old. Not the modern Arabic you see in mosques. This was ancient calligraphy. And in the center of the chamber was a stone door, not a wooden door, not a metal door. A single, massive slab of stone, maybe 10 feet tall and 6 feet wide, 2 feet thick. It was set into a frame carved from the chamber wall, and it was covered in symbols, Arabic script, geometric patterns, and iron plates riveted to the surface. Jesus Christ, Mitchell whispered. How old is this place? Torres approached the door slowly, studied it. The Arabic script was so old he couldn't read most of it, but some words were clear. Allah, Suleiman, Jinn, Mahbus, imprisoned. This is what the old man was talking about, Torres said. This is the seal, the prison. Rodriguez laughed nervously. You don't actually believe that, do you, Sergeant? Torres didn't answer. He was running his hand over the iron plates. They were rusted, pitted, ancient, but still intact. There's something behind this door, Torres said. Could be a weapons cache, could be more Taliban tunnels, could be nothing, but we need to check. Sergeant, maybe we should reconsider, I said. I don't know why I said it, but something about that door felt wrong, felt dangerous. Torres looked at me. You believe what that old man said about Jinn? No, Sergeant, but I believe in respecting warnings from locals who've lived here for generations. And I believe in bad feelings. Torres nodded. Noted. But we have orders. Davis, can you breach it? Davis examined the door. It's solid stone. I'd need a lot of C4, but there's a gap here. He pointed to the edge where the door met the frame. Like it's designed to open. Maybe there's a mechanism. We searched the chamber. Chen found it on the northern wall, a series of stones that protruded slightly from the surface, like a combination lock or a puzzle. I think you push these in a certain order, Chen said. Don't touch it, Torres ordered. Let me think. But it was too late. Anderson, our youngest ranger, had already moved to the wall, had already reached out, had already pushed one of the stones. It clicked, sank into the wall, and somewhere deep in the rock, something moved. Gears grinding, mechanisms turning. "Anderson, stand down," Torres shouted. But Anderson was curious, young, didn't understand what he was doing. He pushed another stone, another click. More grinding. The door shuddered. Dust rained from the ceiling. The iron plates on the door started to glow, faint red light, like they were heating up from the inside. "Everyone back!" Torres yelled. We retreated to the entrance tunnel, weapons up, aiming at the door. The grinding got louder. The door was moving, sliding open, inch by inch, revealing darkness behind it. Absolute darkness that our night vision couldn't penetrate. And then the smell hit us. Sulfur, smoke. Something burning, it rolled out of the opening like a wave. Made us gag, made our eyes water. The door opened completely. 10 feet of darkness, and from inside we heard breathing. Deep, slow, like something waking up. "What the fuck is that?" Rodriguez whispered. The breathing got louder, closer. Something was moving in the darkness, coming toward the opening, and then it emerged. It wasn't solid, it was smoke, black smoke, but it moved like it was alive, coiling, twisting, forming shapes. First it looked like a snake, then like a bird, then like a human figure, constantly shifting. Never solid, never still. It flowed out of the chamber, across the floor, up the walls, spreading like gas, like it was tasting the air. Testing its freedom. "Open fire!" Torres screamed. We unloaded, 8 rifles firing full auto. Hundreds of rounds. The chamber lit up with muzzle flashes. The noise was deafening in the enclosed space, but the bullets did nothing. They passed right through the smoke, hit the stone walls behind it, ricocheted. The smoke didn't slow down, didn't react. It just kept spreading, kept growing. "Cease fire! Cease fire!" Torres yelled. We stopped shooting. The smoke was everywhere now, filling the chamber, surrounding us. We could barely see each other through it. And then it spoke, a voice like grinding stones, like wind through a canyon, deep, ancient, furious. It spoke in Arabic first, then in Pashto, then in English, like it was cycling through languages, finding the right one. 2,000 years, the voice said in perfect English. 2,000 years I have been imprisoned, bound by Solomon, sealed by his servants, and now you have freed me. The smoke began to coalesce, to take shape. It formed a human figure, 12 feet tall, massively muscular, but still made of smoke, still translucent. We could see the chamber walls through its body. It had a face, a terrible face, eyes like burning coals, a mouth full of too many teeth, horns curving back from its forehead. "I am Zahir," the Jinn said. "I am married. I am ancient. And I am hungry." "Fall back!" Torres shouted. "Everyone out! Now!" We turned to run, but Davis was too slow. He was closest to the Jinn. And before he could take 3 steps, the smoke rushed forward, wrapped around him, lifted him off his feet. Davis screamed, tried to fight, but his arms passed through the smoke. No leverage, no traction. The smoke was choking him, filling his mouth, his nose, his lungs. We fired again, trying to help him. But the bullets still did nothing, just passed through the Jinn and hit the walls. Davis's scream cut off. His body went rigid, his eyes bulged, and then we heard it. The sound of bones breaking, multiple fractures, all at once, like someone was crushing him in a hydraulic press. The Jinn dropped him. Davis hit the ground. Dead. His body was twisted, broken. His neck was at an impossible angle. "Run!" Torres screamed. We ran, back up the entrance tunnel. The Jinn's laughter followed us, deep, echoing, mocking. We burst out of the cave entrance into daylight. Gasping, terrified, Rodriguez fell to his knees and vomited. Chen was crying. Anderson was in shock, just staring back at the cave mouth. Torres grabbed his radio. "Base, this is Alpha Team. We need immediate extraction. We have 1 KIA and—" He stopped, because the smoke was coming out of the cave, pouring out like water, spreading across the ground, moving toward us, and the voice came again. Zahir's voice, from everywhere and nowhere. "You cannot run from me," the Jinn said. "You broke the seal. You freed me, and now you belong to me. All of you. Your souls are mine." The smoke rose up in front of us, 12 feet tall, taking that terrible shape again. The face, the horns, the burning eyes. "But I am not without mercy," Zahir said. "I will give you a choice, a game. One of you may leave, one of you may live. The others will die. You decide which one. Choose wisely." And then the smoke rushed at us again. 7 rangers left, 1 already dead, and something ancient and evil hunting us through the mountains of Afghanistan. We should have listened to the old man. We should have left the seal intact. But it was too late for regrets now. We had to survive. We had to fight. We had to find a way to kill something that couldn't die. And we only had until nightfall to figure it out. We ran. 7 rangers sprinting down the mountain like our lives depended on it, which they did. The smoke followed us, not fast, not rushing, just flowing along the ground like fog. Patient, like it knew we couldn't escape. Torres was screaming into his radio. "Base! Base, this is Alpha Team. Emergency extraction. We are under attack. Repeat, we are under attack. 1 killed in action. 7 personnel need immediate evac." Static. Nothing but static. The mountains blocked the signal. We were too far from base, too deep in Taliban country. Nobody could hear us. "Fuck!" Torres threw the radio down, looked at us. We were all gasping, terrified. Anderson was still in shock, just staring back at the cave mouth where that thing had emerged. "We need to move," I said. "Get distance, get to high ground, get somewhere we can call for help." "And go where?" Rodriguez said. "That thing just killed Davis. Bullets don't work. How do we fight something made of smoke?" "We figure it out," Torres said. "Because we're rangers and that's what we do. Now move. Double time." We started running again, heading northeast, away from the cave, toward higher elevation where hopefully the radio would work, where hopefully we could get a signal, get help, get extracted before nightfall. Behind us, the smoke kept coming, slow, steady, never stopping. We ran for maybe 20 minutes, up steep slopes, over loose shale. My lungs were burning, my legs were screaming. 60 pounds of gear and 120-degree heat and absolute terror pushing us forward. Mitchell fell, twisted his ankle on loose rock. Chen and Hayes grabbed him, pulled him up, kept him moving. "I'm okay," Mitchell gasped. "I'm okay, keep going." We crested a ridge. Looked back, the smoke was still there, maybe 300 yards behind us. Still following, still patient, like it had all the time in the world. Torres tried the radio again. "Base, this is Alpha Team. Do you copy? Over." This time, we got something. Broken transmission. Words cutting in and out through the static. "Alpha Team, your position. Say again. We are 3 clicks northeast of the cave target," Torres shouted into the radio. "We have 1 KIA. We are under attack by—" He stopped. "What do you say? We're under attack by a magical smoke monster?" "Say again. Nature of attack." Unknown hostiles, Torres said. We need immediate air support and extraction. How copy? Negative on air support. Storm system moving in. Visibility 0. Cannot launch birds. Torres looked at the sky. It was clear. Bright sun, no clouds. What storm system? The sky is clear. Satellite shows major cell. ETA your position 30 minutes. Recommend you find shelter. Wait for weather to pass. Torres looked at us, then back at the smoke flowing up the mountain toward us. We don't have 30 minutes. The radio crackled. Repeat last. I said we don't have 30 minutes. We need extraction now. Static. The signal died completely. Torres tried again. Nothing. The mountains had shifted. The angle was wrong. We'd lost the signal. Fuck. Torres slammed the radio against a rock. It shattered. He immediately regretted it. That was our only link to base, our only way to call for help. And he'd just destroyed it. It's okay, Chen said quietly. We'll figure something else out. But we all knew the truth. We were alone, cut off, with something hunting us that couldn't be killed. We need shelter, I said. The radio said there's a storm coming. We need to get inside somewhere before it hits. There's nothing out here, Rodriguez said. No buildings, no villages, just rock and caves. No caves, Anderson said suddenly. It was the first thing he'd said since Davis died. I'm not going back into a cave, not ever. We might not have a choice, Torres said. He was scanning the terrain, looking for options. There. See that outcropping? Looks like an overhang, natural shelter. We can defend it if we have to. Defend it how? Rodriguez said. Bullets don't work. Then we'll figure out what does work. Torres snapped. Move! Now! We ran to the outcropping. It was a shelf of rock jutting out from the mountainside. Maybe 15 feet deep, 20 feet wide. Not much, but it would keep the sun off us. Keep the rain off if the storm hit. Give us a defensive position. We collapsed in the shade, gasping, drinking water. I'd never been so thirsty in my life. The heat was brutal. The fear was worse. Torres gathered us up. Okay, listen, we're rangers. We don't panic, we don't quit. We assess the situation and we adapt. So let's assess. What do we know about this thing? It's smoke, Mitchell said. It can take shape, but it's not solid. Bullets pass right through it. It's intelligent, Chen added. It speaks. Multiple languages. It said its name was Zahir. It killed Davis by crushing him, Hayes said. Even though it's not solid, it can interact with physical objects. It can exert force. And the old man said it's a Jinn, I said. A Marid, imprisoned by King Solomon 2,000 years ago. Everyone looked at me. Torres frowned. You believe that? I believe we just saw something that shouldn't exist kill one of our brothers, I said. So, yeah, I'm open to believing a lot of things right now. Torres nodded slowly. Okay, so if it's a Jinn from Islamic mythology, how do we kill it? I don't know, I said. I'm not an expert on Islamic folklore, but the old man seemed to know. He warned us not to open the seal. He said it was bound with verses from holy texts, iron and salt, prayers. So, maybe those things can hurt it, Chen said. Religious verses, iron, salt. Anyone carrying a Quran? Rodriguez asked. Nobody laughed. It wasn't a joke. It was a genuine question. None of us were Muslim. None of us had Islamic holy texts. What about iron? Mitchell said. Do we have anything iron? We checked our gear. Our rifles were steel and aluminum alloy. Our knives were steel. Our helmets were Kevlar. Nothing pure iron. Salt, Anderson said. MRES have salt packets, I said. but not much. Maybe enough to make a small circle. Torres was thinking. The old man said the Jinn was bound to the caves, to its domain. But it came out. It's following us. So either it's not bound anymore, or its domain is bigger than we thought. Or it's lying, Rodriguez said. It said one of us could live, that we had to choose. What if that's bullshit? What if it's just playing with us before it kills us all? Jinn grant wishes, Chen said suddenly. That's the folklore, right? You rub the lamp, the genie grants 3 wishes, but the wishes always go wrong. They're tricksters. So don't make any wishes, Hayes said. Don't make any deals. Don't talk to it at all. Torres nodded. Good, that's good. Don't engage with it. Don't negotiate. We stay together. We stay alert. We survive until the storm passes and we can get extraction. That's when Anderson screamed. We spun around. Anderson was pointing at the entrance to the overhang. At the smoke. It had found us. It was there, coiling at the edge of the shade, not coming in, just waiting. And then it spoke, that same grinding, ancient voice. You cannot hide from me, Zahir said. I can smell your fear. I can taste your souls. You are already mine. Don't respond, Torres hissed. Don't say anything. The smoke shifted, changed shape, and suddenly it wasn't smoke anymore. It was Davis, Corporal Jake Davis, standing there in his full gear, looking exactly like he had an hour ago, except his neck was still broken. His head was tilted at that impossible angle. Help me, Davis said in his own voice. Please, it hurts so much. Anderson started crying. That's not Davis. That's not him. I know it's not him, Torres said. Everyone stay calm. The Davis thing smiled. But I am Davis. I'm your brother, your teammate. Don't you recognize me? You're not Davis, I said. Davis is dead. You killed him. The smile widened, too wide, inhumanly wide. I didn't kill him, I freed him, and now I'm wearing him like a coat. Would you like to see? The Davis thing's chest split open, like a zipper, and smoke poured out. The body collapsed. Empty. Just skin and bones and gear. The smoke reformed into Zahir's shape, 12 feet tall, horned, burning eyes. Rodriguez vomited. Anderson was hyperventilating. Even Torres looked shaken. That's what I do, Zahir said. I take forms, I wear them, I become them, and when I'm done, I discard them, like you discard clothing. What do you want? Torres said. He couldn't help himself. He had to ask. I want freedom, Zahir said. I want revenge. I want to kill the descendants of those who imprisoned me, but they are long dead. So I will settle for you, you who freed me, you who broke the seal. We didn't know, Torres said. It was an accident. Accidents have consequences, Zahir said, and your consequence is death. But I am not without honor. I gave you a choice. One of you may live. The others must die. So choose. Which one of you deserves to survive? None of us are choosing, Torres said. We're all leaving together. Zahir laughed. No, you're not, because I'm already inside one of you. We all looked at each other, terrified, confused. What do you mean? Hayes said. I mean, I've been inside one of you since the cave, Zahir said. Riding along, watching, learning. And soon, very soon, I'm going to take control. And when I do, you won't be able to tell which one of you is me. Because I'll look like you, act like you, sound like you. I'll be perfect. And then the smoke vanished, just dissipated, like it was never there. We stood there in silence, looking at each other, suspicious, terrified. "It's lying," Torres said. "It's trying to make us turn on each other." "What if it's not lying?" Rodriguez said. "What if one of us is already possessed?" "Then we'd know," Chen said. "We'd see something, some sign." "Would we?" Mitchell said. "It wore Davis perfectly. We wouldn't have known it wasn't him if it hadn't shown us." "Everyone calm down," Torres ordered. "We're not doing this. We're not turning on each other. That's exactly what it wants." But the seed was planted. The doubt was there. We all looked at each other differently now, wondering, suspecting. The storm hit 15 minutes later. The radio had been right. The sky turned black. Wind screamed across the mountain. Rain came down in sheets. Lightning cracked so close we felt the static in our teeth. We huddled under the overhang, miserable, cold, wet, watching each other. Rodriguez was shaking, trembling. "I don't feel good," he said. "Something's wrong, Hankan." "What kind of wrong?" Torres asked. "I don't know. I feel like there's something inside me, like I'm not alone in my own head." Everyone moved away from him. Weapons came up, pointing at Rodriguez. "Whoa, whoa," Rodriguez said. "What are you doing? It's me. It's still me." "How do we know?" Anderson said. "How do we know you're not the Jinn?" "Because I'm telling you I'm not," Rodriguez said. "I'm just sick. Maybe it's heat exhaustion. Maybe it's dehydration. But it's not possession." "Rodriguez, I need you to stay calm," Torres said. His rifle was up, aimed at Rodriguez's chest. "We're going to figure this out." "Figure what out?" Rodriguez said. He was getting angry now, scared. "You're going to shoot me because I said I don't feel good? That's insane." "Just answer some questions," I said. "Prove you're you. What's your wife's name?" "Maria," Rodriguez said immediately. "We got married 2 years ago. We have a daughter named Sophia. She's 8 months old. I have her picture in my wallet. You want to see it?" He reached for his pocket. Everyone tensed, fingers on triggers. "Slowly," Torres said. Rodriguez pulled out his wallet, showed us the picture. A beautiful woman holding a baby. Same picture he'd shown us 100 times. His family, his life back home. "See?" Rodriguez said. "It's me. I swear it's me." "What's the code word we use for air support?" Hayes asked. "Thunderbolt," Rodriguez said without hesitation. "And the extraction code is Eagle's Nest." "What was the last mission we did together?" Mitchell asked. "IED sweep on Highway 1, Rodriguez said. "We found 3 daisy chains and a pressure plate, detonated them remotely. Nobody got hurt." Torres lowered his rifle. "Okay, you're you. Everyone stand down." We lowered our weapons. Rodriguez slumped against the rock wall. "Jesus Christ. You guys really thought I was the Jinn? Can you blame us?" Chen said. "After what that thing said?" "No," Rodriguez admitted. "I guess not." We waited out the storm. It lasted 2 hours. The longest 2 hours of my life. We didn't talk much. Just sat there in the dark, listening to the thunder, watching each other. When the storm finally passed, the sun was setting. We had maybe an hour of daylight left, maybe less. "We need to move," Torres said. "Get to higher ground. Try to reestablish communication." We packed up, started climbing. The mountain was slick from the rain, treacherous. But we didn't have a choice. We had to get out, had to get help. That's when Rodriguez attacked. He was behind Hayes. 1 second, he was climbing normally. The next second, his eyes went black, completely black. like someone had turned off a light inside him, and he grabbed Hayes' ankle, pulled. Hayes fell, slammed into the rocks. Rodriguez was on him in an instant, hands around Hayes' throat, squeezing. Hayes tried to fight back, but Rodriguez was impossibly strong, way stronger than any human should be. "Get him off!" Torres shouted. We grabbed Rodriguez, tried to pull him away, but it was like trying to move a statue. He didn't budge, just kept squeezing Hayes' throat. Hayes' face was turning purple. His eyes were bulging. Chen stabbed Rodriguez in the side with his combat knife. The blade went in deep. Should have hit a kidney, should have caused massive pain. Rodriguez didn't even flinch, didn't react at all, just kept choking Hayes. "Shoot him!" Anderson screamed. "He's still Rodriguez," Torres said. There has to be another way. But there wasn't another way. Hayes' struggles were getting weaker. He was dying. We were out of time. I put my rifle against Rodriguez's head and fired. The sound was deafening. Rodriguez's skull exploded, blood and brain matter everywhere. His body slumped, fell off Hayes. Hayes gasped, coughing, choking, alive, barely. Rodriguez's body lay there, dead, except his mouth was moving, opening, and smoke poured out. Black smoke. Zahir's smoke. It reformed. Stood over us. That terrible 12-foot shape. "Thank you," Zahir said. I was getting tired of that one. He fought me the whole time, screaming in his own head, begging me to stop. It was annoying. "You son of a bitch!" Anderson screamed. He fired his rifle. Full auto. Emptied the magazine into the smoke. The bullets passed through. Did nothing. Zahir laughed. "Your weapons are useless. Your tactics are useless. You cannot win. 2 of you are dead now. 5 remain. The game continues. Who will be next?" And then the smoke rushed forward. It hit Mitchell, wrapped around him, lifted him up. Mitchell screamed, his body convulsed, and then the smoke was inside him, pouring into his mouth, his nose, his eyes. Mitchell's scream cut off. His body went rigid, and when his eyes opened again, they were black, completely black. "Run!" Torres shouted. We ran, left Mitchell behind, left Rodriguez's body behind, ran down the mountain in the growing darkness with 2 of our brothers possessed or dead. 4 rangers left. Chen, Anderson, Torres, and me. And somewhere behind us Mitchell was coming, hunting us, wearing our friend's face, using our friend's body. The Jinn was playing with us, picking us off one by one, and we still had no idea how to fight it. The sun was setting, night was coming, and in the darkness, Zahir was even more dangerous. We had to find help, had to find a way to stop this, had to survive. But I was starting to think that maybe, just maybe, the old man was right. Maybe some things should stay sealed. Maybe some prisons should never be opened. And maybe we were all going to die on this mountain because we didn't listen. We ran until we couldn't run anymore, until our legs gave out and our lungs were burning and the sun had completely set behind the mountains. 4 rangers stumbling through the darkness. Torres, Chen, Anderson, and me. Behind us, we could hear Mitchell, or what used to be Mitchell, calling out to us in Mitchell's voice. "Guys, wait up! Where are you going? It's me! It's Ryan! I'm okay!" But we knew it wasn't him. We'd seen the black eyes, seen the smoke pour into him. Whatever was wearing Mitchell's body now, it wasn't our friend. We collapsed behind a rock formation, gasping, shivering. The temperature had dropped with the sun. It was maybe 40 degrees now. We were soaked from the storm, exhausted, terrified. "We can't keep running," Chen said. "We have to make a stand. We have to fight." "Fight how?" Anderson said. His voice was breaking. He was on the edge of panic. "Bullets don't work. We killed Rodriguez, and the thing just jumped into Mitchell. How do we fight that?" "I don't know," Torres admitted. He looked defeated. Broken. 2 men dead. 2 men possessed. And he was the team leader. This was his responsibility. His failure. "The old man," I said. "We need to find the old man. He knew about the Jinn. He warned us. Maybe he knows how to stop it." "He could be anywhere," Chen said. "And we don't even know his name." "He was heading down the mountain when we went into the cave," I said. "Maybe he went back to his village. Maybe there's a village nearby. We find it. We find him." Torres nodded. "It's a plan. Better than running blind. Everyone check your ammo. Check your water. We move out in 2 minutes." We checked our gear. I had 4 magazines left. Torres had 3. Chen had 5. Anderson had 2. Not much. And if bullets didn't work on the Jinn, ammo count didn't matter anyway. Mitchell called out again, closer now, maybe 100 yards away. "We have to go," Torres whispered. "Now." We moved quietly, using the rocks for cover, heading downslope, looking for any sign of habitation, any lights, any smoke from cooking fires, anything. The moon was up, quarter moon, just enough light to see by. We moved for maybe 30 minutes. Slow. Careful. Trying not to make noise. That's when we saw the fire. A small campfire, maybe 200 yards away, down in a small valley. And sitting next to it was the old Afghan man, like he'd been waiting for us, like he knew we'd come. "It could be a trap," Anderson whispered. "It could be," Torres said. "But we don't have a choice. We need help. He's the only one who might be able to provide it." We approached slowly, weapons up but not pointed directly at him. The old man didn't move, just sat there by his fire, warming his hands. "I wondered when you would come," the old man said in English. He didn't look up. "I heard the gunfire. I knew some of you had died." "2 are dead," Torres said. 2 are possessed. We need your help." "I tried to help you," the old man said. "I warned you not to enter the cave. You did not listen." "We know," I said. "We made a mistake, a terrible mistake, but we're trying to fix it. We need to know how to kill the Jinn." The old man finally looked up at us. His eyes were sad, ancient. "You cannot kill a Jinn. They are not alive like you and I. They are made of smokeless fire. They exist between your world and the world of the unseen. They cannot die." "Then how do we stop it?" Chen asked desperately. "You cannot stop Zahir," the old man said. "He is married, the most powerful of Jinn. Only another Jinn or a great prophet could banish him, and there are no prophets left in this world." "So we're dead," Anderson said. "That's what you're saying. We're all dead." "Most of you, yes," the old man said. "But perhaps not all. Sit. I will tell you what I know, and then you must choose what to do with that knowledge." We sat around the fire. The old man reached into a bag and pulled out a clay pot. Opened it. Inside was salt. Pure, white salt. "Salt is protection," he said. "It creates barriers that Jinn cannot easily cross. If you make a circle of salt around yourself, the Jinn cannot enter, not without great effort." He handed the pot to Torres. "It is not much. Enough for 1 circle. Maybe 2 if you make them small. Use it wisely." Next, he pulled out an old knife. The blade was dark, oxidized, ancient. "This is iron," the old man said. "True iron. From a meteorite that fell from the sky, in my religion, We believe iron is special, holy. It was given to mankind by Allah to fight against Jinn. This blade can hurt Zahir. It cannot kill him, but it can wound him, drive him from a body he possesses, make him retreat. He handed the knife to me. It was heavy, cold. The weight felt wrong, like it wasn't entirely in this world. And this, the old man said. He pulled out a small leather pouch, opened it carefully. Inside was a piece of paper, old parchment, covered in Arabic script. This is a verse from the Quran, from Surah Al-Falaq. It is a prayer of protection against evil, against Jinn. If you recite it, you can weaken Zahir, make him unable to fully manifest, but you must recite it perfectly, in Arabic. One mistake and it has no power. We don't speak Arabic, Torres said. Then you must learn, the old man said. He began to recite. The sounds were foreign, guttural, beautiful. He repeated it 3 times, made us repeat it with him, over and over until we could say it from memory. Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq, min sharri ma khalaq, wa min sharri ghasikin idha waqab, wa min sharri nafathati fil uqad, wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. The words felt strange in my mouth, powerful, like they carried weight beyond their meaning. What does it mean? Chen asked. It means, say, I seek refuge in the Lord of Daybreak, from the evil of that which he created, and from the evil of darkness when it settles, and from the evil of the blowers in knots, and from the evil of an envier when he envies, the old man said. It is protection. Remember it. It may save your life. Why are you helping us? I asked. We didn't listen to your warning. We opened the seal. We freed the Jinn. This is our fault. The old man smiled sadly. Because you are young. Because you did not know. Because the Jinn will not stop with you. If Zahir remains free, he will hunt others. He will kill innocent people. Someone must stop him, or at least trap him again, and you are the only ones who can. How do we trap him? Torres asked. You must return him to his prison, the old man said, to the chamber beneath the earth. You must lure him back inside, and then you must speak the words of binding, the same words that Solomon spoke 2,000 years ago. The words are on the door, on the iron plates. If you speak them, Zahir will be bound again, sealed for another 2,000 years. And if we can't get him back into the chamber? I asked. Then he will kill you all, the old man said simply, and he will be free to roam these mountains forever, killing anyone who comes near his domain. The Jinn are patient. They are eternal. He has all the time in the world. Torres stood up. Thank you for the tools, for the information. We're going to finish this. The old man looked at him. One more thing you should know. The Jinn said one of you could live. That is not mercy. That is strategy. He wants you to turn on each other, to kill each other, to break your bonds of brotherhood. Do not let him. Stay together. Trust each other. That is your only chance. Mitchell emerged from the darkness, walking slowly, eyes still black, wearing our friend's face but moving wrong. Too smooth, too fluid, like a puppet on strings. There you are, Mitchell's voice said. I've been looking for you. Why did you run? I'm your friend, your brother. The old man stood up, stepped between us and the Mitchell thing. You are not their friend. You are Zahir. I know you, Ancient One. I know your name. I know your nature. The Mitchell thing smiled. Do you? Do you really? And what will you do with that knowledge, old man? I will buy these soldiers time, the old man said. He was holding something, a handful of salt. He threw it forward. It created a line in the dirt, a barrier. The Mitchell thing stopped at the line, looked down at it. Salt? You think salt will stop me? It will slow you, the old man said. Long enough for them to escape. Run! The old man shouted at us. Run now, I will hold him here. We're not leaving you, Torres said. Yes, you are, the old man shouted. Because I am an old man who has lived a full life, and you are young soldiers who have families waiting for you. Run. Complete the mission. Trap the Jinn. Go. The Mitchell thing stepped over the salt line. It was difficult, like walking through mud. The old man threw more salt, created another barrier. The Jinn had to fight through it. Run! The old man screamed again. We ran, left the old man behind. As we ran, we heard him reciting prayers, Quranic verses, his voice strong and clear. And we heard Mitchell's voice screaming, furious, frustrated. And then we heard the old man scream, cut off abruptly. We didn't look back, couldn't look back. We just ran. We ran until we found another rock formation, another defensible position. And then we collapsed. He sacrificed himself, Chen said, tears on his face. He didn't even know us, and he sacrificed himself. He gave us a chance, Torres said. He was holding the salt pot, the iron knife, the prayer. We can't waste it. We have to get back to that cave. We have to trap the Jinn. How? Anderson said. How do we lure it back? It's hunting us. It knows we're trying to kill it. We use bait, I said. Everyone looked at me. One of us goes back to the cave, alone. The Jinn follows. The others set up the trap. When the Jinn enters the chamber, we speak the binding words. Seal it inside. That's a suicide mission, Chen said. Yeah, I agreed. It probably is, but it's the only way. Torres nodded slowly. Okay, I'll be the bait. I'm the team leader. This is my responsibility. No, I said. With all due respect, Sergeant, you're the only one who's been trying to read the Arabic script. You're the only one who has a chance of reading the binding words off those iron plates. You need to be at the door, not running from the Jinn. Torres wanted to argue, but he knew I was right. He looked at Chen and Anderson. One of you want to volunteer? Anderson stood up immediately. I'll do it. I'm the youngest. I'm the fastest. And I've been dead weight this whole mission. Let me do something useful before I die. Anderson, Torres started. It's okay, Sergeant, Anderson said. He smiled. It was brave, stupid, and absolutely genuine. I'm good with it. I'm at peace. Just tell my mom I was brave. Tell her I went out like a ranger, okay? Torres gripped Anderson's shoulder. I'll tell her. You have my word. We made a plan. Anderson would head toward the cave, make noise, draw the Jinn's attention. We'd give him a 10-minute head start. Then we'd follow, set up outside the cave entrance. When Anderson led the Jinn inside, when it was in the chamber, we'd rush in and close the door. Speak the binding words. Trap it. Simple plan. Probably wouldn't work. But it was all we had. Anderson checked his rifle. Made sure it was loaded. Not that it mattered. But old habits die hard. See you on the other side, Anderson said. And then he ran, into the darkness, toward the cave. We waited, 10 minutes, 11, 12, then we heard it. Anderson screaming. Not in pain, in rage, drawing the Jinn, challenging it. Let's go, Torres said. We ran, back up the mountain, back toward the cave. The place where this nightmare started, the place where it had to end. We reached the cave entrance, took positions on either side, and waited. Inside, we heard fighting, gunfire. Anderson was still alive, still fighting, leading the Jinn deeper into the caves. Then the gunfire stopped, and we heard Anderson scream, one last time, final and terrible. "Now," Torres said. We rushed in, down the entrance tunnel, into the chamber. The stone door was still open, still revealing that darkness beyond. And inside the chamber we saw them, Anderson's body on the floor, dead, throat torn open, and Mitchell standing over him, black eyes, smoke coiling around his body. "I knew you'd come back," the Jinn said in Mitchell's voice. "I knew you couldn't resist. This place calls to you, draws you, because you opened the seal, because you're connected to it now, connected to me." Torres was reading the iron plates on the door, trying to make out the binding words. Ancient Arabic, corroded, difficult to read. "Chen," Torres said, "make the salt circle, around the door, now." Chen grabbed the pot, started pouring salt, creating a circle around the door frame. "Protection. Barrier," the Jinn laughed. "You think that will work? You think you can trap me again?" "We're going to try," I said. I was holding the iron knife, the meteorite blade, my only weapon. The Jinn rushed forward, Smoke and Mitchell's body moving as one. I met it, slashed with the iron knife. The blade connected with Mitchell's shoulder. Mitchell screamed, not in pain, in rage. The smoke recoiled, pulled back. The iron had hurt it. The old man was right. "Fall back," Torres shouted. "Get behind the salt." We retreated, stepped inside the salt circle. The Jinn tried to follow, hit the salt line and stopped. Like there was an invisible wall it couldn't cross, not easily. Torres was still reading. "Cool, something, Birabinas, I can't read it. The script is too old." "Use the protection prayer," I said. "The one the old man taught us. It might work." The Jinn was forcing its way through the salt, inch by inch. Mitchell's body was burning where it touched the salt, skin blistering, smoking. But the Jinn didn't care. It kept pushing. Torres started reciting. "Kul a'udhu bi rabbil falak, min shari makalak." The Jinn recoiled, screamed. The words were hurting it. "Keep going," I shouted. "Wa min shari gasikin idha wakab, wa min sharin nafatati fil ukad." The smoke was leaving Mitchell's body, pouring out. Mitchell collapsed, unconscious but alive. The smoke reformed. Zahir's true shape, 12 feet tall, burning eyes, furious. "Wa min shari hasidin idha hasad," Torres finished. The Jinn was weakening. The prayer was working. It was retreating toward the dark chamber, toward its prison. "Now!" Torres shouted. "Close the door!" Chen and I grabbed the stone door. It was massive, heavy, but adrenaline is a hell of a thing. We pulled. The door started to move, grinding on ancient mechanisms. Slowly, too slowly. Zahir realized what we were doing. "No, you cannot. I am free. I will not be sealed again." The Jinn rushed forward. Hit Torres, smoke wrapped around him. Torres screamed. "Sergeant!" I dropped the door, grabbed the iron knife, stabbed at the smoke. The blade passed through, connected with something. The Jinn screamed again, released Torres. Torres fell to the ground, gasping, but alive. "Close the door," he choked out. Don't stop. Close it. Chen was still pulling. The door was halfway closed. Zahir threw himself at it, trying to stop it, trying to keep it open. I grabbed the door with Chen, pulled. The Jinn was pushing from the other side. It was impossibly strong. We were losing. "Cole!" Torres shouted. He'd struggled to his feet, blood running from his nose, his ears, internal damage from the Jinn's attack. "Take Chen and run! I'll hold it." "No way, Sergeant," I said. "We're not leaving you." "That's an order, Staff Sergeant," Torres yelled. "Get Chen out of here. Someone has to survive to tell them what happened. Someone has to warn them never to come back." Torres grabbed the iron knife from my hand, charged at the Jinn, the blade glowing faintly in his grip. "Go!" Torres screamed. "Now!" Chen grabbed my arm, pulled. "Come on, we have to go." I let Chen pull me away. We ran. Out of the chamber, up the entrance tunnel. Behind us, we heard Torres screaming the protection prayer, heard the Jinn roaring, heard the sound of stone grinding on stone, and then we heard the boom, the door closing, sealing shut, and then silence. We stopped running, looked back at the cave entrance. No smoke, no sounds, nothing. "Did he do it?" Chen whispered. "Did he seal it?" We waited. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. No smoke emerged, no sounds. "Yeah," I said quietly. "He did it. He sealed the Jinn, and he sealed himself inside with it." Chen fell to his knees, started crying. We'd lost 5 rangers, Torres, Anderson, Mitchell, Rodriguez, Davis, 5 brothers, 5 heroes, and we had to leave their bodies behind. Had to leave Torres trapped in that chamber with the Jinn. Had to walk away and never come back. The sun was rising. Morning light touched the mountain peaks, and Chen and I started walking northeast toward where we hoped we'd find help, find rescue, find a way home. 2 rangers left out of 8, and a story nobody would believe. But we had to tell it anyway, had to warn them, had to make sure the cave stayed sealed. Because somewhere in that darkness, Zahir was trapped again, and Torres's body was in there with him. We owed it to our brothers to make sure nobody ever opened that seal again. Chen and I walked for 3 hours. Down the mountain, away from the cave, away from the tomb where 5 of our brothers were dead or trapped. Every step felt like betrayal, like we were abandoning them, but we had no choice. We had to survive, had to tell the story, had to warn others. The sun was fully up now, hot, brutal, same heat that had greeted us when this mission started. Was that really only yesterday? It felt like a lifetime. Chen was limping. He'd twisted his ankle during one of our runs. I had a gash on my arm from the rocks. We were both dehydrated, exhausted, running on pure adrenaline and stubbornness. "How far to the LZ?" Chen asked. His voice was hoarse. He'd been crying on and off for the past hour, processing the loss, the trauma. "Maybe 5 clicks," I said. "If we can get there, if the radio works, we can call for extraction." "You think they'll believe us?" Chen said. "About the Jinn? No," I said honestly. "They'll think we lost our minds. Heat exhaustion, combat stress, hallucinations. They'll never believe the truth." "What do we tell them?" Chen asked. "We tell them the truth anyway," I said. "All of it. And then we demand they seal the cave permanently, concrete, steel, whatever it takes. Nobody can ever go back there." Chen nodded. We kept walking. The terrain was starting to look familiar. We were getting close to the original insertion point, where the helicopter had dropped us off, where this nightmare had begun. That's when Chen stopped walking. "You okay?" I asked. Chen was staring at his hands, turning them over, looking at them like they weren't his. Cole, I don't feel right. My blood went cold. What do you mean? I mean, I feel like there's something inside me. Something that isn't me. It's been there for a while now. Since the cave. Since Torres sealed the door. I thought it was just fear, just trauma, but it's getting stronger. I took a step back, hand moving to my sidearm. Chen, listen to me very carefully. You need to fight it. Whatever it is, you need to fight it. I'm trying, Chen said. His voice was changing, getting deeper. But it's so strong, Cole. It's so old. It's been waiting, hiding inside me, pretending. And now that we're away from the cave, away from the iron and the salt, it's taking control. No, I said. No, you can fight this. You're a ranger. You don't give up. You don't let anything break you. Chen looked up at me, and his eyes were black, completely black, like Mitchell's had been, like Rodriguez's had been. I already broke him, Zahir said in Chen's voice. Hours ago, when you were all distracted by the old man, when you thought you were safe. I split myself, left part of me in Mitchell's body, sent part of me into this one, and I've been riding along ever since. Watching, learning, waiting. I drew my sidearm, pointed it at Chen. Get out of him. Or what? Zahir laughed. You'll shoot? Kill your last remaining brother? The last piece of your team? Can you do that, Marcus? Can you kill your friend to kill me? My hands were shaking. The gun wavered. Chen was my friend, my brother. We'd been through hell together. And now he was possessed, controlled, being worn like a suit by this ancient evil. Cole, Chen's voice broke through. Still Chen, still my friend. Cole, you have to do it. You have to kill me. It's the only way. I can feel it taking over. I can feel myself disappearing. Please, don't let it use me. Don't let it win. I can't, I said, tears on my face. I can't shoot you. Yes, you can, Chen said, his voice getting weaker, fading. You're a ranger. You complete the mission, no matter the cost. This is the mission, Cole. Stop the Jinn, even if it means killing me. Especially if it means killing me. Zahir's voice returned, stronger. He's losing, I'm winning. Soon there won't be anything left of Jackson Chen, just me, wearing his body, using his face, and then I'll kill you, Marcus, slowly, painfully, and I'll use Chen's hands to do it. Cole, please! Chen's voice, desperate, terrified. Do it now, while I'm still me, while I can still ask, please. I thought about the old man, how he'd sacrificed himself to buy us time. I thought about Anderson, how he'd volunteered to be bait. I thought about Torres, how he'd sealed himself in with the Jinn to trap it. They'd all made the choice. All sacrificed themselves to stop this thing. And now Chen was making the same choice, asking me to end it, to end him, before the Jinn could use him, before it could hurt anyone else. I'm sorry, brother, I said, my voice breaking. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Chen said, smiling, still Chen, still my friend. Tell my family I love them. Tell them I died a hero. Tell them Zahir took control. Chen's body lunged forward, fast, impossibly fast, hands reaching for my throat. I fired, once, twice, 3 times, center mass, perfect grouping, ranger training. Chen's body stopped, stumbled, fell to his knees. Smoke poured out of his mouth, black, coiling, forming that terrible shape. Zahir, 12 feet tall, burning eyes, furious. You think that stops me? Zahir roared. I am eternal. I am. I pulled out the iron knife, the one the old man had given me, the one I'd kept when we fled the cave, and I threw it. The blade spun through the air, glowing faintly, and it hit Zahir's form dead center. The Jinn screamed, a sound like tearing metal, like breaking glass. The smoke convulsed, twisted, and then it began to dissipate, thinning, fading. "No!" Zahir shrieked. "I am free! I cannot be banished! I cannot!" The smoke vanished, just gone, like it had never been there. I stood there, alone, gun in one hand, Chen's body at my feet, 6 friends dead, 6 brothers lost, and I was the only one left. I fell to my knees, let the gun drop, and I cried, really cried. For the first time since I was a child, great, heaving sobs that tore out of my chest. For Davis, for Rodriguez, for Mitchell, for Anderson, for Torres, for Chen, all dead. All because we opened a door that should have stayed closed. I don't know how long I knelt there. Could have been minutes. Could have been hours, but eventually I heard it. The sound of helicopter rotors. Getting closer. I looked up. A Black Hawk was approaching. Must have seen my position beacon. Must have come to extract us. I grabbed my rifle. Fired 3 shots in the air. Signal flare pattern. The helicopter altered course. Came straight for me. It landed 50 yards away. The crew chief jumped out, ran to me, saw Chen's body, saw the blood, saw my face. "What happened?" he shouted over the rotors. "Where's the rest of your team?" "Dead," I said. My voice was hollow, empty. "They're all dead. We need to leave, now. And we need to seal the cave. Nobody can ever go back there." The crew chief helped me to the helicopter. They loaded Chen's body. We lifted off. And I watched the mountains disappear below us. The cave, the tomb, the prison. I never wanted to see that place again. When we got back to base, they debriefed me for 6 hours. I told them everything. The Jinn, the possession, the deaths, the old man, the iron knife, the binding words. All of it. They didn't believe me. Of course they didn't. Captain Morrison looked at me like I'd lost my mind. "Staff Sergeant Cole," Morrison said carefully, "you've been through a traumatic experience. You lost your entire team. That kind of psychological stress can cause hallucinations, delusions. It's not uncommon." "It wasn't a hallucination," I said. "It was real. The Jinn was real. And it's still there, trapped in that cave. And if anyone goes back, if anyone opens that door again, it'll kill them too." Morrison nodded slowly. "We're going to have you evaluated by mental health. Get you some help, some treatment. PTSD is serious. We need to take care of you." "I don't have PTSD," I said. "I know what I saw. I know what happened." But they didn't listen. They never listen. The official report said, "Cave collapse. 8 rangers entered an unstable cave system during operations in Kandahar province. 7 were killed when the caves collapsed. 1 survived. Mission was classified failure. Cave entrance has been sealed with explosives to prevent future access." They did seal the cave. At least they got that part right. 2 weeks later, a demolition team went in, planted charges, brought down half the mountain on top of the entrance, buried it, made it almost impossible to reach. But almost impossible isn't the same as impossible. And I know the truth. I know what's down there, sealed in the darkness, waiting. The families were told their sons died heroes in combat operations. They got flags, got medals, got closed caskets because the bodies were never recovered. 5 rangers buried under a mountain in Afghanistan. Torres, Anderson, Rodriguez, Mitchell, Davis. and Chen was buried back home with full military honors. I was the only one who knew the truth, the only one who survived. They discharged me 6 months later, medical retirement, PTSD, unfit for duty. I didn't fight it. I was done with the army, done with Afghanistan, done with all of it. But I'm not done warning people. That's why I'm telling you this story. That's why I'm breaking my NDA. Breaking classification. Risking prosecution. Because you need to know. The world needs to know. There are things in this world that shouldn't exist. Things that predate human civilization. Things that are older and more powerful than we can imagine. And sometimes, those things are imprisoned, sealed away, hidden in caves and tombs and forgotten places. And when you find those places, when you see the warnings, when the locals tell you to stay away, you listen. You don't open the door. You don't break the seal. You don't free what's inside. Because some prisons exist for a reason. Some things are meant to stay buried. Some doors are meant to stay closed. I think about my brothers every day. I think about their sacrifice. I think about the old man who gave his life to help us. I think about what we unleashed and what it cost to contain it again. And I think about that cave, sealed under tons of rock. The stone door closed, the binding words spoken. Zahir trapped inside, for another 2,000 years, maybe more, maybe forever. But the Jinn are patient, they're eternal, and someday, someone might find that cave again, might dig through the rubble, might reach the chamber, might see the door, and they'll be curious. They'll wonder what's inside. They'll want to open it. So I'm telling you this story. I'm giving you this warning. If you ever find yourself in the mountains of Afghanistan, if you ever see a sealed cave, if you ever meet an old man who tells you a place is forbidden, listen to him, believe him, and walk away. Because the Jinn are real, and they're still there, waiting in the darkness, waiting for someone else to make the same mistake we did. Don't be that someone. Don't open the seal. Don't free the Jinn. Learn from our mistake. Learn from our sacrifice. And stay away from the Jinn, the house of the Jinn. It's not worth the cost. Nothing is. My name is Staff Sergeant Marcus Cole. I'm the only survivor of Alpha Team. And this is what really happened in Kandahar in June 2011. The military says it was a cave collapse. They're lying. But I'm telling you the truth. And if you're smart, you'll never forget it.